Hello, this is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3, and in this particular video, I really want to talk to you about how do you actually write a conclusion for a research paper. I don't think I've talked about this just yet. I've talked about many different other topics with the research paper, but not about how to actually write a conclusion for a research paper and sort of thinking about a simple structure for a conclusion. I've done this with a lot of different papers now. It sort of fits and it sort of seems to make a lot of sense. And I think this is, and I've read a ton of papers now, and they all kind of have all of this sort of structure. So I'm a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship. And we do a lot of writing in academia. If you don't know that, we're always doing writing and all that kind of stuff. So this is what I do, or this is what I've tended to do, especially in the last couple of years, and it seems to work really well. And it really revolves around your research questions. So if you haven't done that yet, go and check out the video about what I was talking about with my research questions, and as well as go make sure that you actually have a research question before you actually do any particular research or anything like this. So again, this video would be helpful for people that are in an undergrad or doing graduate work as well, that are thinking about doing a research paper. So state your research question, whatever it is, and sort of have a good idea of what the research question is right at the beginning of the first sentence of the conclusion. Just have, maybe restate it in some sort of way. Then you want to state the particular theory. So you say, in this particular paper, I sought to find the reasons why the sun is yellow. And then you would state after that, the second sort of part of it is state, what is the theory that you're using? So using the particular theory about sunshine, I investigated the X, Y, and Z of why the sunshine is actually yellow, or why the sun is actually yellow. Then once you have that, so once you start to state the theory and sort of have a basic framework, then you go in and say, well, based on this particular research method, or based on the findings in this particular paper, we were able to resolve X, Y, and Z. So we were able to sort of solve the particular issue, and this is what the findings were. So the third part is just stating what your particular findings were, this sort of really broad overview. Then you want to go in, the next sort of sentence is to go in and give a sort of a big picture of where you think future researchers can take this particular thing. So using this particular theory and these particular results of identifying that the sun is yellow because of X, Y, and Z, I believe future research should be able to take this in this particular direction. It can be, these particular findings are very, very useful for for these kind of researchers that are using this kind of methodology, and they should pursue this. Then at the end, the sort of last sentence of the structure of the conclusion is just state a big idea, something really big and broad. And it could be really kind of loose and not like, it's not really all that scientific, and say something, this results in there being many different, these findings indicate that there's still many loose ends to study, to further study, and to develop and get a better sense of why the sun is yellow. So getting into much more in depth, or getting in kind of a really broad overview, but also indicating that there's lots of different routes of research left for people to build on the particular study that you're doing. So remember, what you're trying to do with any particular research study is not only sort of investigate this particular finding or investigate what's going on, but then as well have other people sort of build on the research that you did. And by sort of indicating that there's lots of different things that you can study, that opens up many more avenues for people to pursue and sort of dig deep a little bit further. So really, if you sort of follow those 5 different steps, first one is stating your research question. The second one is stating the particular theory to investigate that research question. The third thing is stating your findings. The fourth thing is stating this sort of big picture of where you think researchers should go with the particular findings. And then the last one is ending with a really big picture of what's going on and stating that there's lots of different loose ends to sort of investigate. If you have this structure for a research paper conclusion or the conclusion of a research paper, you can really go a long ways, and it's a really simple structure, but it is quite effective. And I've seen this done hundreds, if not thousands of times, this particular structure. And again, every paper is different, but they're loosely kind of along this lines in terms of developing a particular research paper conclusion. So that's it. Hopefully you like this video for Monday Writes, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye.